launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to Leaving Today podcast, episode number 192. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning, afternoon, and evening to join us. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the Charm Master Puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. And sitting to the left of me via technology is longtime listener and friend of the show, Becky.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
We are doing super fantastic.
I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm good.
Well, Udi's fighting off a little bit of a cold, it
Yeah.
sounds like. But
A little bit.
You better be in the town because if I'm sick tomorrow, I'm gonna be.
Then come find me. I'll be 3 hours away.
I'll come find you.
I bet you don't come find me.
Oh, I know Lake County pretty well.
I'm up in Ukiah. Come find me.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, it's on. So yeah, Becky's going to be joining us. She's been, like I said, like a longtime listener, and we asked her to come in and just talk shop with us.
Yeah.
To be a part of this thing, and so I don't know if our listeners know much about you, Becky. So do you feel like comfortable just giving like a view of 10,000 feet, like what you are doing, why you like Disneyland and stuff, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. So I have liked Disney ever since I can remember, my entire life. I've been a huge fan. I have listened to the podcast now for, 7-8 years. So
Wow.
I've been a huge fan of the show. I've enjoyed talking Disney with you guys just on social media for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy hearing about people's Disney trips. I enjoy talking all things Disney.
Oh, excellent.
Cool.
Yes, I'm also a mom, raising kids to love Disney as well.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You know, I once had this thought. It's funny now that I think about it. My sister, she got married a couple years ago to a guy. I like him a lot, of course, but he knows that I like Disneyland, and he had mentioned, and he's not a big fan of Disneyland whatsoever, but he had mentioned, he goes, when are they going to take out like all the stuff in Fantasyland? And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, like, isn't it like Alice in Wonderland and Snow White and stuff and like Peter Pan? I go, yeah. He goes, what kids even know that stuff? Because they don't even have those shows anymore. Those, and I go, well, that's an interesting point you bring up, because if it wasn't for like us, and like I know that I know I played my part in teaching my kids about these animated movies, but I know you're doing the same thing. Do you think I don't think they would ever take that stuff out of Fantasyland.
No.
I would hope not.
But
I wouldn't want to see it go.
when was Snow? There's not been a Snow White animated movie since what?
See, this is a good opening question.
1953.
Would they ever take this stuff out?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. That's the opening question. Would they ever take any?
Welcome to the fire here, Becky.
We'll let you go first. Yeah.
Well, no, do you see them ever? Actually, this is tying into one of my ride histories today because
Okay.
I was going to come up, but
right.
But yeah, Fantasyland. Sorry, Becky, I did not mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
No, that's okay. I think that is a really good question. It would make me really disappointed. I love Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
The attraction is one of my favorite Fantasyland attractions, and so that would be really disappointing to me. I do see your point about the new generation. We do need, I think, to be showing them the classics. That's kind of on us as parents.
Yep.
However, there are certain ones, like I'm thinking about Pinocchio. I enjoy Pinocchio. I don't know if I were to put that on, how relatable Pinocchio would be,
Oh,
how enjoyable.
I've got a huge diatribe that goes and digs deep into the Pinocchio. If you ever want to go into that deep end, the symbolism behind that, it's amazing. It's amazingly deep, like a lot of them are. But I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely want to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't see them changing it. I do know that with my daughter, so she's just turned 2, my oldest one, and she has actually been more drawn to the older stuff than the newer stuff. She does like the music of Frozen, and I think Frozen's been around now 10 years.
Yeah.
I think it's
Really?
becoming more of a classic.
Dude.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
It has, but she loves Mary Poppins. Absolute favorite so far, Mary Poppins. We have turned on Peter Pan. She is still a little young, but it entertained her. And so with her, she's been more drawn to some of the older stuff, like loves the original Toy Story, those things.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, here's why I think they'll never ever get rid of that. I mean, one of the beauties of the stories that are being told in that area is that they're beyond Disney. Okay, these are stories that are steeped in lore that have been around for a long, long time before Disney.
Sure.
So that's one of the things is the reason why those will never go is not only because of how they hold to the history of Disney and the storytelling, the history of storytelling Disney had, but it also goes far deeper into the storytelling of humanity as a whole. So I don't ever really, and then the other reason why is because how many different iterations of each of those stories have you gotten? You can really go deep. If you really want to start looking around, you can find different movies, different things that will be embedded with the story, the themes of a lot of the stuff that are in that land. So, I mean, Snow White has been told over and over and over again, and we'll see what Disney does with this latest iteration. I don't have faith. Dumbo has been told a few times. And so Peter Pan, how many different versions of Peter Pan have there been? So when you really go into it, those are far deeper story. Even you could the carousel.
King Arthur.
Yeah, King
Arthur's
Arthur.
carrot. I mean, King Arthur. How long has that been around? And that still holds true because these are timeless stories that go beyond Disney. So that's why I don't think they'll ever really go. I mean, maybe they'll revamp a couple here. I mean, the only one that I could see maybe even going anywhere would be maybe Mr. Toad's. But even then, even though that's not one of mine, even then I'm kind of like,
It's such a classic.
Exactly.
It is. Yeah.
So,
And it does have a huge following.
Yep.
Yeah. It totally does.
So that's why I'm saying that it's beyond just Disney. One of the things that we as Disney people, we get stuck on the Disney versions of it at times, which is not, obviously it's not bad, but we got to realize that there are other versions of these stories out there that can still apply. So,
Right.
Well, and when you do think about Peter Pan, I mean, to me, that is almost like the heart of what Fantasyland is, because you're talking never growing up and just kind of digging deeper into that of, Wendy not wanting to leave the nursery, not wanting to grow up, all of those things.
Yeah, the Lost Boys. You think about that too. Yeah.
Right.
Very, very good points right there. No, I don't think they're ever going to leave either. It never occurred to me until he asked me that. And I go, no. I mean, they would be shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, the only thing that they'd be doing would be expanding and not taking out.
Yeah, I mean, adding to it would be the thing.
And whatever that is.
I would love it. There could be an expansion of Fantasyland.
Yeah, again, but where and
I know, yeah.
Like I said, we can do, and we do some armchair Imagineering on here all the time, and I would love to see them take out Fantasyland Theater. I just that's a huge area that. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a place for that sort of stuff, but I don't think it's there anymore. I don't.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be one of those things that we have to figure out the trajectory of the company coming over the next 25 to 30 years, and then we can probably get a better idea of if that will ever happen.
Right. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about.
Yep.
Okay. Right on.
Yep.
Well, that's the opening question. And again, and doing things out of order here, today's show is sponsored by all of you listeners out there.
Yep.
I got carried away with our new friend here on the show. Yeah, so if you'd like to get involved with the show, you can go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the Patreon logo, and we make it super simple. You can join the family there, and for that you get a shirt, stickers, and something else. You get to be on the show. Becky, did you get your shirt, by the way?
I did, yeah. I love it.
Okay,
I can't
cool.
believe I didn't send you a picture. Yeah, I'll have to wear it.
Okay, cool.
Like
Yeah,
next
I
time.
forgot about that.
Which one did you get?
Yeah, thank you. You sent me it. Well, I got to pick it out.
Yeah.
But it was the one with the old-fashioned Disney logo,
Oh, okay, cool.
the sign.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Cool.
right. I haven't seen that one out in a while before.
Mm,
I've seen a sticker of that.
yeah. I had one
Oh, you had one.
at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that logo. I remember being young, and before we'd leave our Disney trip, my mom making us all go out of the car, go take a picture in front of that sign.
Oh,
It
geez.
brings back some good memories.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you grow up again? What part of town?
In the Central Valley in Modesto.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
What was I just in Modesto for? Oh, I met my sister and her husband. Actually, it was right around Christmas, so like 2 months ago. There's a BJ's there next to a mall or something.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what mall that is, but we went to lunch
Yeah.
there.
Oh, cool. Does your sister live out that way?
She lives in Fresno.
Oh, nice. So kind of a halfway.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
that's cool.
Yep. So, what are you smirking about?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know much about like Modesto, except I've been there.
Me either.
Just maybe. Well, I've passed it a few times to
Yeah,
go to my
drive
sister's
through it,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, but stopping in.
No.
Anyways.
It's not really known for the best. Well, George Lucas is from Modesto.
I know, that's about it.
Oh yeah, George
Yeah.
Lucas. Yeah. I know he did
And,
like American Graffiti. I don't know what else that guy did.
Yeah, I'm totally drawing a blank on his name, and I should know his name. He's one of the Avengers.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Renner?
Yeah,
Yes.
Jeremy Renner's from there.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
from Modesto. I believe he went to the same high school as me.
Oh,
I think he lives in Tahoe.
I mean,
now.
not the same
You
year.
know Tahoe or
Yeah,
something.
he lives on the Nevada side of Tahoe.
Yeah, off of Mountain Rose.
That's where he almost died.
Yeah, off of Mount Rose Highway.
Yeah,
Thank
that
goodness
was
he's.
terrible.
Oh yeah, thank goodness he's recovered, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Actually, when I was in college, I went to Stanislaus State in Turlock,
Oh.
and his dad worked there.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And so I would see him occasionally.
Nice.
His dad, not him.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, your kid's gonna be a
But-
future Avenger. How
Guy.
about that?
I know.
And just a good guy, really.
yeah, he
Jeremy
seems like a
Renner-
really good guy.
Oh man, Jeremy Renner looks like everything I get from that guy is just 100% good guy.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pratt, another good one.
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah.
Pratt, another one of my favorites. But anyway,
Okay. Well, that's a big, long introduction from the LTP. So again, listeners, if you want to get involved, go to our website and you can buy a T-shirt. You can go to Patreon. Also follow us on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. All right, now let's head over to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Udi's gonna do the news. And
Okay.
Becky, feel free to. Do you have your news pulled up, Becky?
Can I go off? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, I have it pulled up.
Okay. You can feel free to jump in whenever you like.
okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna go. Can I go radio voice?
Go radio
I'm
voice.
going to go radio. No, I'm kidding. I don't have one. Okay, Haunted Mansion Q demolished. Now, that is the headline. And I read the headline, go like, no.
I did too.
Right?
I totally did too.
But then I'll read the story. The Haunted Mansion Q at Disneyland Park has been completely demolished. Again, that first sentence just hit me in the feels. Why don't you? As the attraction undergoes a major grounds expansion, additional construction walls have been installed in the area, taking up more real estate than the original walls. Okay, the queue area is almost entirely leveled to dirt. Man, this does not get any better. With just a red brick wall remaining because of the progress in the expansion, the construction walls have been extended and expanded out, now standing closer to the rivers of America. Now, here's the thing. Looking at the pictures, this is where I get irritated with Disney. Like, they're not even trying to cover up the heavy equipment. They're not even trying to do anything. Like, now, I don't mind seeing a Great All on there because I know how to drive one of those. So I'm like, hey, I wouldn't mind driving one of those in there. That big Great All's that big blue thing right there. You see that? That's a Great All. Yeah. And for all you guys who listen who know what a Great All is, you know what I'm talking about. So I wouldn't mind it, but then they're doing like zero attempt to cover anything up, and that bugs me to no end. But that being said, yeah, I mean, you can see the backhoes in there and everything. They're just, they just don't give it. They just don't care. So that hurts me to see. But that being said, the sooner they do this, I'm looking forward to what they do here because of many reasons. One being that the concept art looks amazing. And if they deliver at maybe even 60 to 70% of that, I'll be stoked. So, I can't wait for that. What do you think, Becky?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think whatever they're gonna do, I think it's just gonna enhance the attraction in general. I totally agreed with you when I first saw the pictures that they're not. The fact of them not hiding anything, I mean, I remember the days of them enhancing the park and walls were up. You just were left to your own imagination to wonder what they're doing, how far along they are. And it also the show was still on, even though there was something going on. The murals that they would, or posters that they would keep on the construction walls, they were something engaging and almost enhancing to the park. So it makes me sad to think that aspect is not there, and you are, even when you're at Disney, now you're drawn to see construction going on. Yeah. But I do think in general what they're doing, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, and that is one of the things that is a huge critique now, and it to me is a bad sign about how they view the importance of the show. Some people may be going, "Why does it matter when they're doing it?" Because it is about the show. It's always been about the show, and these little things are, by no longer doing them, you're furthering yourself away from what Walt wanted. So definitely, I mean, I'm looking at this. This could all be done at night. This could be 100% be done from midnight to 6 or 7 rope drop, and then you could get 8 hours of hard work in there easily. And honestly, if they have a good operator in there, they can make quick work of it. I watched a guy who was a 30-year-old guy, 30 years operating a backhoe that got in there. I bet you if you hired him and said, I need this cleared in 2 days, he'd be like, I need 1. Give me 8 hours, I'll do it. So these are kind of the things that are not good. Let me finish it real quick. It says it's worth noting that because of the additional walls, there is now just one walkway for guests to enter Critter Country and the Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge from the side of Rivers of America. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only problem with that is that I wish they would have, and I mentioned this before, is that I wish they would have staggered these, because with Splash Mountain or Tiana's Bayou being offline, this thing is also down. It's like they could have staggered these two, but because now, you know, the whole west side, you just have pirates, canoes, and Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is the only attractions open on that side.
I know that part's kind of unfortunate because there's not a lot to draw you. And I mean, I have younger kids. I might make my way there to go for Winnie the Pooh. But if you guys are visiting the park, that you really don't have much of a reason to go there.
Well,
right now.
that's the way we like to enter Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I mean, aside from that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big aspect. I don't mean that it's not.
Sure.
But just in general, I don't know, having it down. But I do agree with you. That is the best way to enter Galaxy's Edge, and it's worth going through that
Yep.
thoroughfare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Do it.
Generally, I like being on that side of the park most of the time, anyways. Frontierland, Adventureland, One Square. That's kind of where my jam is. But you know, small pains for bigger rewards, I guess. Right?
I hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna look great. It's just
Well,
we're in that phase of
Yeah.
everything's in shambles.
Well, and this is where I go. Like, if we're gonna doubt a queue, there are bigger issues, but we're not. I don't think we need to.
To doubt a queue?
Yeah, I don't think we need to doubt this. Like, it's not gonna be good. I mean, clearly we're gonna critique it when it comes out, but that doesn't mean it's gonna
Yeah.
be like. I don't see them messing this up.
What are your hopes for this, Becky? Like at the end.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see them messing it up because I think that Haunted Mansion is so beloved and it has such a kind of like a cult following, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
And just with the merchandise and with all of it, I don't see them messing it up. My hopes are only something that is going to actually enhance the whole attraction.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Do you need more
so
water or
I
anything?
Huh?
Do you need more water or anything?
No, I'm good right now.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel pretty hopeful for that, or pretty not necessarily hopeful, but I feel pretty I feel pretty confident.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
Okay. Moving on. We're gonna move on, I guess.
I guess we
Okay.
are.
Disney. This one I find interesting. Disney sends letter to shareholders highlighting progress made and promises kept.
What is that?
Okay.
Udi.
I feel I need to take a deep breath before I even go into this one.
I feel a definite soapbox coming on.
Yes.
Okay, so the Walt Disney Company Board of Directors has sent out a new letter to shareholders. Did you get this letter, Mark? Before I go too much further.
No, I didn't. Everything I got was online. So
did
I
you get
did.
it?
I did not get anything sent to me in the mail.
Okay.
But I filled everything out online, and
Okay.
I voted everything. All my proxy stuff online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Detailing progress it has made and continues to make, delivering on promises it just made over 1 year ago. Okay. The letter comes following a video from Blackwell's Capital. Who is campaigning for 3 seats on the Disney board, which stated that Disney should embrace the use of AI to bring its characters to life and create new Disney park features.
Yeah.
Let's stop right there. So, for everybody who doesn't know, Blackwell's Capital, I don't think I've uttered those words before on the show. Anytime I've talked about this, I've always brought up Tryon.
Yeah.
The reason being that Blackwell's Capital has pretty much promised to follow what Bob wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay? And to me, I'm like, no. Then what good would you be if you're going to continue? Okay, so we replace 3 people on the board with your guys with marching orders to just listen to Bob. That's been the problem the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why I've never even brought up. Yes, there are literally 3, Mark, I think you would have seen it, 3 slates of board for board seats. The Disney slate, the Tryon Group slate, and the Blackwell Capital slate. I don't remember what color was for which one.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. I didn't get that stuff. What? There's white, blue, green, or
and
something?
Green, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So, that's why I've never brought it up. Now, that being said, AI, no. AI, no.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people. I mean, this opens up a whole other deep thing. But no, right now AI cannot and should not be used as a tool. It's a tool, but not something you rely on to create. Disney is in the problem of not having creatives. Okay, that's their problem. They've ushered out creatives for the sake of an ideology. You can argue with me whether or not you believe that, but I will stand on this ground, and this is a hill I will die on. They have absolutely done it.
I think, okay, I'm going to put a pin in that real quick.
Pin.
Because I think they do have creatives, but the people that are really creative are being silenced for whatever the company line is. And I saw the same, and you know that happened at Lucasfilm.
Yep.
When
That's
at the
where it began.
very beginning with
Pixar, Lucasfilm.
With episode 7, they go, here's the script for 7. Well, actually 7 was fine. 8, okay, here's our first run through with the script for episode 8. And I'm thinking, okay, I work at Lucasfilm. I don't, but hypothetically, and I love my job. I'm not going to say anything because I know this is horse crap.
Yeah.
So anybody could have, and well, not anybody, but most Star Wars fans would have looked at that and said, "This is ridiculous."
Yep.
But you silence yourself because I want a job.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing's going on with Disneyland. They do have the creatives, but they are either being stifled from whatever the agenda is,
Okay.
you know, or they're not getting money to do the right things.
So the way I look at your argument, which is fine, to me it's a semantical argument because they don't have creatives then. If they're not allowing the creatives to create, then they don't have creatives. They may be in the building.
I don't disagree with you.
And they may be around, but they're not being allowed to create. So that's why when I say that, I mean literally
Yeah.
that they don't have creatives because they don't use them. They don't have them. And they have been fostering a culture to remove them.
Yes, yeah.
So this is the whole problem with Disney right now. So the AI is nothing but a tool for Disney to further remove people and further remove creative people, because you can tell you can program an AI to do what you want.
But AI can be used to do great things.
Yes, but in the right hands. It's like, you see, this is literally the topic we're talking about Disney, but literally this is the whole conversation about AI in general.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So without going too far off the rails into that topic, into that discussion, no. So I don't trust anybody pushing for AI. Now, someone saying we need to use AI, okay. True, I think AI can be used for many things.
Yeah, if you want to do like simulations or data modeling or to do further research into things, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, it all comes down to programming.
Well, no, you're
Who's
right.
programming this?
No, well, we can we go about what happened with Google's AI?
Oh yeah, that's
my
what I'm talking
Lord,
about.
my Lord, yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, so without going too far on that jag, let me try to wringle back
sorry.
in. So anyway,
Yeah,
Becky,
it is so unlike us to go off on tangents.
I never go off on a tangent. What are you talking about? Becky, any thought? Do you have any thoughts so far? Because there's more.
No, I feel the same. I am not as educated on this as you are at all. I definitely think AI is the cool buzzword right now that every kind of company needs to say. I mean, I guess on one hand, we haven't been doing a lot of creative stuff, so how much worse could it be with AI? But I say that jokingly. I don't think, I don't like hearing that AI. When I hear AI, I don't get excited
Yeah,
right.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a bit nervous, to be honest with you.
I go more there.
Yeah.
So let me kind of go back to let me give you kind of like the 10,000-foot view of what the letter is that Walt Disney Company sent out. It's, again, promises made, promises kept, which sounds more of a political thing, which honestly, at this point is a political thing. Protect the value of your Disney investment, which I find hilarious right now. Okay, the fact that it says protect the value of your Disney investment. Oh, brother, man, okay. Disney's stock has dropped precipitously from when you came back. No, I'm talking about from its high of 180 something in the height of the Mando with Gina Carano, and everything was flying high. You had season 2 rolling through. All of it was looking good. And then they get rid of Gina, and then everything starts falling off. Then Bob Iger's like, blah, 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 and I'm better than you, and whatever. Anyway, okay, I don't want to go off on that jag again. I will, because, oh, my Lord. A Bob Iger tangent I can run on. Okay, so it says, vote the white proxy card today for only Disney's 12 highly qualified director nominees. Can I swear, Mark?
You can swear.
Okay, that's bullshit. Straight up. Right there, highly qualified. If you guys, again, I do this, and I know a lot of people don't. Most of the people on there have very little to no experience at any of this stuff. It's so crazy. They are good at other things. Don't get me wrong. Many of the board members are good at their prospective things, but at working with and dealing with an entertainment company like Disney, nope. Anyway, so promises kept. I won't go into all the details and the minutia. If you guys really want, if you guys clamor for it, I will actually, oh my gosh, take notes and look at this and actually come back, and I can probably debunk probably 90% of what they have on this and show the counter narrative. Do you want me to do that? You guys really want me to?
You mean you're gonna take notes and then come back later and a future episode and do that?
And then do a here. Let me break. Here's what
Sure.
they sent out. Let me break this down. Why this is what it really is. This is what.
Are you
really
actually gonna do that, Udi?
I probably can.
Then
I
fine.
think that would be great.
I second that.
I would like to hear that.
Okay, then I will. Okay, then I will.
Okay.
You guys have spoken. That's good. Okay, so the letter I'll continue. Okay, so the release goes to affirm Disney's belief in its 12 board nominees, stating that they are uniquely qualified. It said uniquely or highly qualified, and then uniquely qualified to continue the company's progress and goal of long-term shareholder value in bold text. The release also states. The board urges shareholders to protect their investment and the future of the company by voting the white proxy card for all capitalized, only Disney's 12 nominees now, and not the Trian Group or Blackwell's nominees. The 2024 annual meeting of shareholders will be held on April 3rd, 2024. Okay. Before including screenshots of the letter to shareholders, Disney's press release closes out by saying that the Disney board does not endorse nominees put forward by Trian Group or Blackwell's Capital, stating that they are unqualified to serve on Disney's board to preserve the value creation of shareholders in the increasingly complex global landscape.
Yeah,
that's not the whole thing, but let me pause right there.
Oh,
Trian Group. Who's one of the people seeking a seat on that board?
Is it Nelson Peltz?
Well, that's one. Who's the other one?
Oh, the guy with the weird last name.
Jay Rasulo.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not. No, there's someone else.
No. Jay. Okay, so let me get everybody back.
Jay Rasulo. Yeah.
Jay Rasulo and Nelson Peltz.
Yeah.
That's the Trian Group's two guys that they want to get on the board.
Okay.
Jay Rasulo. Any Bueller? Anybody? You know?
Yeah, of course.
You know who Jay Rasulo is?
I do.
Becky, do you know Jay Rasulo?
Not very well.
He was the CFO of the company. He worked for Disney for almost 30 years. He was heads of park for a little while. Remember, this is the guy, they're trying to paint him out to be too old school. Unqualified. I read that and I fell out of my chair laughing hard at that. This is desperation. Anyway, okay, so that's why I had to stop for a second there, because Trian Group right there, that alone, just I'm like, oh my Lord, oh my Lanta. Anyway, this is Disney's latest attempt to urge shareholders away from voting from Trian and Blackwell's boarding nominees. Previously, the companies released a video of how to vote, featuring Professor Ludwig von Drake, and a video from CEO Bob Iger himself. Blackwell's Capital nominees are former Warner Brothers and NBC Universal executive Jessica Schell, Tribeca Film Festival co-founder Craig Hatkoff, and I have no idea who TaskRabbit founder. Do you know who TaskRabbit is?
No.
Okay, Leigh Sullivan. Trian Group has nominated CEO Nelson Peltz and former Disney CFO Jay Rasulo. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm always weary of anyone that tells you how to vote. Any person or any company. Because it sounds to me like there's always an alternative motive or ulterior motive. What's the term I think? An alternative. about that. Like, oh, I can't, there's no way I could think for myself. So you better tell me how to vote. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, though, this is something that I don't really enjoy talking about. This takes away from the fun and the joy with Disney for me. All this nonsense that happens, and yeah.
Well, and when you do hear them going back to the part of somebody telling you how to vote, it almost gives you the feel of, okay, just listen to what I have to say, and you just need to know that the other people are unqualified, but don't look anything up. Don't try to, to find out anything for yourself.
Yeah.
Just listen here.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yep. Exactly. Bingo.
Well, you know that happens in other. Anyways, I'm not going to
well,
go
that's
into.
what also kind of gives it a bad feel, because it
vibe,
just
right?
happens with
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Anytime a person comes out and tries to denigrate in some level or the opposing person, I kind of go like, why don't we just talk about why you're better and not talk about why they're worse?
That's a great point.
Yeah, it's like it to me. It's like, well, you don't like those guys, so vote for me. I'm like, really? Why don't we talk about what you're doing? And that's what I'm saying. So they're slinging mud, and then everything I've ever heard from Trident is like, okay, well, what about that? And they just point at numbers and data. I'm like, okay, I'm reading. I'm like, okay, I see that. That makes sense to me. Oh, okay, I see what that happened there. Wait, Disney said what? Oh, they said this, and I'm looking at Trident, but that counters that. I'm like, okay, so I just start reading data, and I'm like, huh, okay, well, to me, Trident's more on point than what Disney's saying. So what do you want me to do here?
Yeah, but I mean, Disney can say don't vote for these guys, but there's also they have a body of work that they're currently dealing with right now that you can just look and see. Like, okay, your movies suck.
Yeah.
All right, and your theme parks don't suck. I mean, we love the theme parks, but God, you could be doing a whole lot more. Maybe a whole lot more. Although I didn't even want to bring this up the other day because, but
here we go.
No, Annika was looking to go. My daughter was looking to go to the parks soon, and like Friday nights, Friday day parks, 185 and 195, and I go, you've got to be kidding me. And that's just that's not a park hopper. That is a one-day ticket to Disneyland. And I go, what the hell are you guys thinking? Who in their right mind would go, yeah, that's great. That's, it's cheaper than an NFL game. It's cheaper than an NBA game. It's cheaper than whatever. I go, but almost $200 for one person to go to one park?
Yeah.
There's just no way. And that's either park. So you're going to tell me that DCA is worth 185?
Oh yeah, get out of here.
Right.
with
It's
that.
probably worth 85.
Yeah.
And that's probably.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Sam Carter will say no. It's definitely worth 185.
I know Sam would be. He'd be like,
I love Sam, but it's not worth $185.
No.
It's just this thing. They're not. This is messed up with the park, and I would love to see someone. I mean, I would love to see Bob Iger go. Yeah, this is a big issue, but you know what the issue is again. They got to pump money through these parks so they can fire up these other engines of the company and keep them going. You know, we talked about that probably offline the other day, is that they're in this ridiculous model where they are taking profits from the park, and instead of re-injecting them into the park, they're putting them to the studios, they're putting them into the cruise lines, they're putting them into whatever. Well, I think cruise lines are doing well, but the other things that aren't doing well, they're trying to put money into that, which is not doing well at all and has no potential to be doing well. I just, it baffles my mind as to why they're still doing this. But again, I agree. Look, like I said, your movies aren't hitting a note with anybody.
No.
Your domestic parks, people are wanting more. And of the domestic parks, for some reason, we get like the least amount of love. Walt Disney World, I don't want to hear those guys complain. They can do whatever they want.
yeah.
And they do whatever they want. And
Well, not anymore.
not anymore, but you know, they've got Epic Universe coming online, and which is going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
So what would make you think that these guys know what they're doing?
Yeah, exactly my point. It's always the thing is like if you don't want to look. I mean, okay, we all love the park, and we all want the park to succeed, and we always want to see it better.
Yeah.
So when you look at the continual, what's the word I want to say without sounding too crazy? Decay? No, not decay is too strong. But the decline. I would say the decline.
Yeah.
The decline of the park, not only in its appearance, its functionality, but in also what it offers. And so, yes, you want to make the argument, well, it's cheaper than a football game. Okay, I will. I will fully accept that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here is the caveat to that. What did Disney do before? Think about it. Think about all the things that you used to be able to do and all the things you used to get out of the parks when you were growing up. Now we can make the argument inflation about all the real world crap. I get all that, but I'm not. What I'm getting into is that Disney has done now for a while, really done everything they could to squeeze everything out of the park, and really it has gotten into overdrive because of what you were saying, Mark. The failures of the other entities in the business,
Right.
is causing them to go like, well, where's our cash cow? And now, to be fair, Disneyland, Disney Florida, Walt Disney World got voted the 5th biggest ripoff now. I read an article about that the other day, and I went like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is like Disney is they're trying everything they can. Disney corporate is trying everything they can. So Mr. Iger, to hold on to control. But I think this is why I've been saying it for a while. This is how we push back onto them and say, no. You want our dollar? We're more than happy to give it to you.
We are.
But when I give it to you, I better get what I feel is worth in return.
Yeah.
And when we don't, we walk away.
Well, even paying the $185, $190 for a day pass, I mean, that's a lot. If you had time for it to sink in, and you, like we said, we want to spend our money at Disney, I don't want to go and have Haunted Mansion down where I can't get into it in their queue. And Tiana's at the same time. I mean, I don't want that. No. I don't want to pay that for that.
Yeah, and then the model becoming
right
where you have it, where they trying to force you into a lightning lane and all this. These models were a short-term gain and long-term loss, and they haven't picked up on the fact yet. And I'm sure there is some algorithm, some data set out there that we're not privy to that is encouraging them to continue down the road. I don't know what it is, because to me, logically, we're looking at it and we're hearing more and more lightning lane, like we had Dan on last week, saying where he's walking on in 10 minutes and he's looking at other attractions and the lightning lane is along. And that was happening to me when I went to Guardians over a year and a half ago now, with my family. Like we had it and we're like Guardians, and I'd look at it and I look at Standby, and I told my brother, I'm like, let's go to Standby. He's like, what? I'm like, and he looks at me, I'm like, we're going to Standby. And we went to Standby.
Yeah.
And we got in within 30 minutes when the line wrapped out and went into Avengers Campus. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? This is crazy. So these are the things that are beginning to, the proof is out there if you want to look at it. So for everybody who doesn't want to look at it, hey, that's your prerogative. And I'm not here to tell you need to do this and look at this and all this stuff. All I'm doing and why we bring this up is to go like, hey, if you're curious about like, well, maybe what's going on here or there, we're going to kind of go like, well, these are probably some of the reasons why. So if you want and you don't like it, well, maybe here are some of the things we can do to kind of help Disney.
Sure.
Nudge them over and go like, hey guys, no, we don't like that. Like come back over here and find your home again, and we'll be good.
I'm just trying to phrase this correctly. When you're talking about this algorithm that Disney has, it's I'm shooting myself in the foot. They know there are people out there that do not do research, that just do not care.
Yeah.
And they know that a lot of people, I wouldn't say smart, but they're not financially responsible.
They're not savvy.
Or savvy, but look at, and I'm not going to go on a completely unrelated Disneyland or Disney tangent here, but like a lot of people are in a lot of debt.
Yeah.
They just they don't care, and they don't even pay attention to what they're spending. Those are the folks I think that Disney are kind of banking on. Oh yeah, 185. Sure, that sounds great. Or 405 to stay at the Pixar Place Hotel, whatever it's called. What? So they're banking on people just not even care. Sure, put on my credit card. I don't care. And they go, yes, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's cheaper than the NFL, cheaper than the NBA. Well, dude, I bet you we could find tickets to the Jets and Panthers game for less than 185.
Yep.
Absolutely. Even last year, the Niners were selling. That Buccaneers game was like $81.
Yeah.
And I go, well, we should just go down to that. But anyway,
gone.
Why? You didn't like the Niners? I'm not going to have
I
you
wouldn't just
make fun of me for 4 hours.
I would have.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to pay for that.
Okay.
Well, and see, I'm not going, yeah, maybe we could find something cheaper. I know me personally, I'm not the demographic that wants to go spend my money at an NFL game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't, that's not where I want to spend my money.
What?
Yeah.
Either. Or, so even if it's cheap, and I'm just not into football, but I guess, yeah, all I mean is I don't really care if it is the same price. That's not where I would want to spend my money anyway.
Yeah. But again, to your point, if you're spending that money, you want a fully functional park. Not with two major attractions. And arguably, Splash Mountain was the most popular attraction of both parks.
Yep.
I mean, that was the number one attraction in both parks, and that's gone.
Yeah.
And Haunted Mansion, hello, that should be like a national treasure, along with Pirates. And those two are shut down. And how in the world? So they're either thinking like, we don't want the park to be that crowded, so we're going to make it this much more expensive to go. It's the same thing with Lightning Lane. If you want to mess around with Lightning Lane, make that like $300, so that like only like a few amount of people can get it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how Universal does theirs, like their VIP. I mean, it's so expensive. I had a boss one time, we went down there for a conference. I worked for a yogurt shop, and he bought us all VIP tickets at Universal, and it was such an amazing experience, but nothing I'd ever be able to afford to do on my own. But I agree with you. Make it where it's kind of so elite that only a handful of people are paying for it, so now it's worth every penny to be doing things.
Yeah, sure.
But when it's oversaturated, what is the point? And I know I've experienced the same thing. I didn't get it the last time I went, and lines said that they were longer than they actually were.
Yep.
The Lightning Lane area was longer than actual waiting at the attraction. I mean, it's...
Well, and the argument I'm going to have always with that is like, well, how long will you be able to get away with it? Because sooner or later, that bad model will catch up. And this is where I'm saying, in reading that article the other day about how Disney's now been rated, I think it was by like Travelers. Or I got to go back and find it, but
no, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, so it's literally, I'm like, what?
Oh,
and so these are the signs. They're telling me that this is catching up to them now.
Sure,
These are all the things that are starting to catch up.
But the Disney community, the Disney family of which we're a part of, we like lose our mind over the Disney stuff, and like I told you. They could take that plastic bottled water, take the label off, and put like Adventureland Jungle Water on there and sell it for like $19, and people will buy that up and go crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were selling pizza on Main Street for $49.99. What? $50 for a pizza, which probably sucked.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how we get out of this until people stop buying the nonsense.
Well, and this is where I'm kind of... So here is the hope, right?
Oh, a new hope.
Yeah, right. The fact that Disney's fighting hard against these other boards coming in is a signifier to me. It tells me that they see that... Well, Iger sees that he's in danger. Like he's...
Sure.
He's feeling heat because a confident guy, you brush people off. And what he did last year, is he did that. He did that to Nelson Peltz in the triangle group. He made some promises, blah, blah, blah. And for all intents and purposes, brushed him off. You never heard him bring it up. You never, blah, blah, blah. None of it.
Yeah.
Now, not only does he bring it up, he's actively campaigning against it. So that right there tells me that's a threat. So this is why. And then there are so many things if you guys want to pull out to the 10,000 foot level, and you'll start seeing more and more little dots pointing that things are changing. Mm-hmm. That's the hope. And I honestly, truly feel like that is what's happening. I really do.
Well, we've got, if everything goes out as planned, let's say Nelson Peltz is not successful.
He won't be. I don't think he'll be this time. I mean, I think he's going to give it a bigger run than a lot of people are giving him credit for, but I don't think.
But we have Iger until end of 2026.
Yeah.
So in that time, we hopefully have a successor named to him, and hopefully, I don't know, we'll see how it all goes. It's just at this point in time, it's just frustrating to see what the company should be doing and what we could be doing, and it baffles me again how the times have changed, and this just must be like a California thing where with construction, why is everything taking so damn long to get stuff done?
Yeah. Okay. So
18 months in downtown Disney, and we're still not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
That I'll give you. It's going to be a twofold thing, in my opinion.
Okay. Becky's like, I should have never ever agreed to come on this show.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy hearing the hearing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. One is going to be budgetary. I'll guarantee. Two is going to be coding.
Coding. You mean like permits?
Yes.
Okay.
Our state sucks for that.
Oh yeah, I think we're over regulated.
We are over regulated. Like, if I had to tell you some of the nonsensical things I've had to do for coding, you'd be like, what? What? The millions. I'm not even joking. The hundreds of thousands. I'll back it off.
Yeah.
The hundreds of thousands of dollars that are spent to satisfy a code is beyond. And that is on a commercial, that is on a residential area. Commercial, it gets even worse. So the coding's there. Commercially, you need to meet a very high standard, which is understandable. You're going to have a lot of people coming in and out. You need to think about safety, functionality, all that good stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that alone drives the cost up and slows everything down. I will say the project that I'm on now, I am at the, 75% mark?
I don't know.
Roughly about the 75% mark. Because of coding and inspectors, I'm at the 75% mark. I should have been about the 90.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm literally 2 months behind solely because of those reasons. 2 months. And if you think about that, how much it costs every day, these are all the things to wrap up. So this is what the same thing is going on at Disney. So Disney isn't exempt from that.
No.
They will have to succumb to that. And so I don't blame that one right there. I don't fully hold on Disney.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Disneyland Forward. Coding. What's the word I'm looking
Rezoning.
for? Rezoning.
Which we should hear about in April, right?
Yep.
And I think that's going to go. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yep.
All right, listen, enough about this nonsense. What else we've got going on here?
So again, sorry. I know. Okay, let me just. The last part. I know we've been talking about this a lot lately, and the reason why is because two reasons. One, it's one of the biggest things coming up right now. The board, and it's kind of a big thing when it goes for Disney and how the company will be moving forward for the next year. Secondly, it's an important time right now in the company's history. So these are big things that can move the company in hopefully what we feel are better and more hopeful ways and more of a return to what they were before. So it's important. And it will absolutely 100%, 100 million affect your day at the park,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from that one. If you guys tuned out, I don't blame you. But I find it, I absolutely find it fascinating. Okay, so
I'm glad to have you break it down because sometimes if I start to read it or listen, it kind of feels like I'm on Snoopy, you know, wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Totally.
And that's what I'm trying to do is just try to break it down into manageable pieces. So, you know, you can kind of like get a piece here, get a piece there, get a piece there, and then you can start formulating your own opinion as to what you think is going on and what should go on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, so I'm going to try to back off from that, but I'm going to tell you this right now. When the board happens, when that meeting happens, I think we're going to have a whole show on that, but we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so on to the next one. St. Patrick's Day treats at Disneyland Resort. On to something good.
Onto something sweet, you mean?
Oh, well, good. Sweet. Okay, maybe another. Okay, guests can celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year with several returning limited time treats and the new what? Cereal milk donut
Oh.
available throughout Disneyland. Wait, I want one.
Yeah.
It does look really good.
I've been
Wow.
wanting a donut bad. Becky, what is
Dude.
your favorite donut, by the way?
Oh, donut. So my favorite donut is old fashioned with chocolate.
Oh, solid choice right there.
I fully endorse that selection. I will take an old-fashioned glazed donut, maple, or plain. Give me any of them. I'll take them all.
I like the cake
Yeah.
donut with like the chocolate frosting and peanuts on it.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
yeah.
Just a regular cake donut. I'm so stoked with that.
Yep.
But honestly, the only ones I don't like are like the jelly filled.
Yeah.
I like a Boston cream. I'm not gonna lie. A Boston cream.
I've
Donut?
never had that.
You never had that? It's basically like a cream filled with Boston cream inside with a
Nah.
chocolate on
It
top.
is good.
It's
It is
pretty good.
good.
Can't say I've had that.
I haven't had a donut in forever, thank God.
You know what? Okay, so I don't normally have them, but I did have one today.
What?
Which is really, I know, it's like, it might have been because you sent me the news, but it was really, really abnormal. I took my daughter, and you know what? I got something different, though. There was a twist with chocolate on
I
it.
like a twist.
And I got it in the very last bite, though. It did just taste like oil to me. And I said something to my husband, and he's like, maybe your taste buds have changed. I was like, I don't know if I'm that lucky, but it didn't taste. It looked much better than it tasted to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Bacon donut.
Yeah.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, when it came time for lunch, I was like, I need pure protein.
Yeah.
Like, give me a slab of beef, please. That's what I would
Yeah,
A
and
slab.
lots of veggies.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I need that's my my palate cleanser is just a bunch of beef.
Jeez. This is TMI with Udi.
Oh no, man! You give me a good meatloaf. I'm like, no, give me that. No. Just give me a block of meat. I'm like, I'm good.
A block of meat.
I'm not even. That's what meatloaf is, man. I make a damn good meatloaf, and I call it block o meat.
Okay, well, get back to St. Patrick's Day treats then. We're not talking about meat on this show right now.
block o meat. They need to make a good meatloaf at Disneyland.
They do. It's at.
I know I haven't tried it
Coronation
yet.
Cafe.
I know I haven't tried it yet.
I've actually had that.
I know you said
It
Where
was-
did you say they have it?
They have it at Coronation Cafe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so Red Rose Tavern. That's coming to Red Rose Tavern. March 1 through 19.
So right now,
So as of today.
just a second, third.
Okay, green stuff, mint, white chocolate mousse, chocolate cake, mint chocolate chips, and chocolate cup cookies and shortbread. What is that?
I don't know.
Green stuff. That's what that's okay. So
Oh,
it's
the
called
gray
green stuff. So it's mint,
Yeah.
white chocolate mousse, chocolate cake, mint chocolate chips, and chocolate cookie crumbs on a shortbread cookie. Goodness gracious, that is too minty. Mint,
Yeah.
white chocolate,
The
and
cookie
mint.
looks good. The shortbread cookie.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
it's way too much mint. Like, I don't mind mint, but goodness gracious. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so that's from Red Rose Tavern. Disney Grand California Hotel and Spa is going to have where is this? I'm trying to read this. Okay, Hold on. What is this one? GC. Oh, Grand California Hotel Craftsman Grill has a cupcake and a St. Patrick's donut. Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
They look
I love
okay.
your-
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a, well. Anyway. Okay. So Pixar Place Hotel at the Great Maypole. Okay, the cereal milk donut, classic vanilla, yeast raised donut with cereal milk glaze. Man, yeah, flavored marshmallows and gold glitter garnish.
Oh,
That looks. Oh man,
I'm looking at my phone right
that looks amazing. Can you see that?
now. I'm looking at my phone. Oh,
Okay, yeah.
No, that looks. That's at the Great Maple. Or
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's on my list to go there. Not to get that specifically, but
Oh, to go there.
I would.
Just to try it.
Yeah, that. Would you get that for lunch or dinner, or is there something like a breakfast thing for
The
you?
donut.
That
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It seems like a lot of sugar.
I'm perplexed by the
Yeah,
donut.
like I think it would have to be a dessert.
Yeah,
yeah,
Me.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, even though I'm telling you I had a donut for breakfast today, but if I'm there, wouldn't want to eat something like that for breakfast and then feel terrible going through the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious how I'd feel after eating that, but it does look good though. And
Well,
it
it's
sounds good.
shareable for sure. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so blah 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 blah. Okay, available at various candy locations around Disneyland Resort, including Marceline's Confectionery,
Yeah.
Trolley Treats, Bing Bong, Sweet Stuff, Candy Palace, and Candy Kitchen, and Pooh's Corner.
Oh, yeah.
That is mint chocolate and cream cookie marshmallow wand, and that is 3 marshmallows dipped in caramel and milk chocolate, then rolled and crushed chocolate cookies and drizzled with white and green chocolate. Shamrock shaped cereal treat dipped in green, white chocolate and decorated with light green, white chocolate, and yellow white chocolate Mickey. That's up there. So that's everything for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
The picture of the ice cream, I don't think it says anything about the ice cream, but that picture, the ice cream looks really good to me.
Oh yeah. What's up with the ice cream? What
I
did
don't. It's not in the story.
Oh shoot. Okay.
It wasn't in there, but I did look it up. I think it's something Salt and Straw's having. Let me see if I still
I
have
believe
it
it.
pulled
Oh,
up.
you're probably right.
I think it. Let me see if I can find it.
So Becky, your oldest is two years old.
Yeah, too.
So you have not taken them to Disneyland yet, or have you?
So I've only taken her, but then, I took her and I was pregnant, and so then I haven't gone back
Okay,
since having
gotcha.
the second one.
Okay. I was gonna ask, because are you guys into the sweets, like you and your husband, or?
So I feel like with stuff like that, I think it looks really good
Mm-hmm.
and talk about it ahead of time, but then I don't actually end up getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that makes sense. We're big Dole Whip people.
Okay.
And that's our biggest treat. And then my husband really likes toffee, but as far
Oh.
as like donuts and stuff, he can't really do the gluten. It makes him feel sick.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do stuff like that like
Gotcha.
ever.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My daughters would be interested. Probably like what you're saying. It's kind of fun to look at and talk about. But when push comes to shove, they probably would not get that. They're into a bunch of other things, but sweets really aren't their stuff. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that Disney is doing this.
Yeah, I do too. I think it makes it festive and fun.
Yeah, for sure. So what did you look for the ice cream? Is that what it was? That Salt and Straw?
Oh yeah, let me pull
Sorry.
it up. I have it somewhere on here. Just because I thought that looked so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could find the exact story, but I think it was a milk ice cream and then a cereal inside of it. It sounded. Let me see.
Oh, that sounds very Salt and Straw-esque.
Yeah, now I'm not finding it, but I did look it up just because I thought that looked good. Yeah.
We've got
I would go try. I like ice cream.
yeah, I like ice cream too. We've got two salt and straws in the area now. Did you know that, Udi?
I did not know
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah, Midtown has one, and then over by you at Fountains.
Oh,
Right next to where we had lunch with
no,
Eric.
I know. I knew that.
We got to reach out to him anyways.
We do.
Sorry, that's off the topic, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I just found it. So it
Okay.
says salt and straw, pots of gold and rainbows, hand sorted rainbow marshmallows tossed into cereal milk ice cream.
Is that just at the Disney location?
No.
I wonder. I'd be curious to know.
Because if there's not, I might have to make a run over there sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I'm on their website right now, and
you
it
guys-
says West Coast.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
we're in the West Coast, I think.
I think they have West Coast and then Florida, which is hot.
Okay.
Oh man, now
I
I'm
would
look-
definitely try that.
But now what else
Oh,
has got?
now I want ice cream. Sea salt with caramel ribbons. Oh
Well,
man,
that's not unique. They have that one all the time.
I know, but it's really good.
It's super good.
Oh yeah, so they have a few. I wonder if they're gonna have these. Pots of golden rainbows is exactly that. Cornflake cookies and Marion off limit.
Yeah.
Off limit zombie with coconut and pandan, whatever that is. Anyway,
Where do you guys normally go in downtown Disney, Becky, to eat?
So in downtown, well, I did like Tortilla Joe's, and I did like that. Black Tap. I wouldn't say that I really go for dessert ever downtown. Not that I can think of, and I'm trying to think. Unless it's just maybe grabbing a candy apple or something, I sometimes will get those and give them to maybe people at daycare or just when I was in an office for work, kind of take people back some stuff like that. But I don't really get dessert down there.
Okay.
yeah, I don't either. Not that I mean, other than going and getting the occasional ice cream with Mark, I don't really either. I mean,
Yeah.
churros are good, but I don't get them often.
No.
Yeah, I can't think of it other than ice cream.
Just the ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to try the beignets at the Jazz
I
Kitchen.
forgot about beignets.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't know if I count.
That is one thing too where I will say, oh, I'm gonna get these for sure, and then when push comes to shove, I don't actually get it.
Well, no, I will say beignets have been added to my will get. They have.
Yeah.
I have heard those ones are really good.
Along with
it's
the mint
worth
julep.
getting for sure.
Oh yes.
Along with a mint julep.
Yes. Speaking of that, Becky, let's talk about that real quick. What are your three you must have snacks? Because must have. What are they?
So must-haves are popcorn, a Dole Whip, and I like the Dole Whip. That's the float with the pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's
yep.
called the Dole Whip Float.
Yeah.
I love that one, and so those are really my two things. Sometimes I'll get a churro, but not all the time. But when it comes to popcorn too, my favorite place is right in front of Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
That's my popcorn spot.
Yep. I think that cart is actually open even amongst the construction
It's
walls.
in the picture.
Yeah.
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 I always crack up when we talk about things like that, like popcorn's popcorn, corn dog's corn dog. We're like, well, no.
Well, no, Marcy told us why. The reason.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Even if you don't know why, but how many people have that? Like, well, I'll only go here for that.
Yeah. Jay said churros only in Frontierland.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I totally agree.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, so for me, it's always, since no one asked, I'm going to say it anyways. Since for me, it's ice cream.
What is it for you, Mark?
Oh, thank you for
Okay,
asking.
there we go.
It's always ice cream at Gibson Girl. One of
I
the
know.
Yes.
one or four of the nights, whatever nights I happen to be there. And now it's got to be it's lemon. That is like
yes.
the best thing. That any version, like the regular or the snow capped or the part of the Pixar parfait, I think is what they're calling it, with the blue raspberry.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Really good.
You've had
Yeah.
that, I'm assuming.
Yes, I've had that, and that's something that is one of my husband's favorites too. And like you said, the snow capped is good.
Yeah.
Getting the swirl of both of it is really good. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
I love lemon too.
I love
in
lemon.
general.
Oh man, I have this massive lemon tree in the back of my. I have to send you some lemons.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is great.
Yeah.
I know. Well, and my mind didn't even go to that park when here you're asking me my snacks.
Oh, it's okay. I know. I was probably just thinking Disneyland in general, but then I always have to.
Yeah.
Man, I would even make my way over there just to get that and then come back.
Yeah, that's worth making your way over for, I think.
Or if you don't have a park hopper, like, hey, kid, go get me one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would not. I would not trust anyone to go and get that. Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Some of you didn't know?
No.
Oh.
I
Nah.
feel like maybe like 15 years ago or 20 years ago I would, but nowadays
If
I
I
don't
see
know
a
if I
plaid
would.
walking by, like, excuse me, can do me
Yeah.
a huge favor. Here's
Yeah.
a 20.
Here's a 20.
Go get me one.
Yeah.
And keep the rest for yourself. Thank you.
Keep the rest for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's going to end the news and kind of rounding off through that. We don't really have a feature presentation today, so we're just kind of talking, which is all good. But I did want to do like the past, present, and future of attraction that keeps coming up. I want to keep doing that because I kind of like it.
It's kind of cool.
And it's just today we're going to talk about. We were talking about Fantasyland earlier, and before the show, like a couple hours ago, I go, well, I want to do a little bit about one of these attractions. It happens to be Pinocchio's Daring Journey. All right, so here's a little bit of history here. This thing opened May 25th, 1983. A lot of people were thinking that this was an opening day attraction. No, it was not. So during the 1982-1983 remodel Fantasyland, it brought extensive changes to existing attractions and the addition of one new one, Pinocchio's Daring Journey. Disneyland designers had been dreaming of a Pinocchio attraction since the mid-1970s, and they finally built one in the spot where the old Fantasyland theater had once been. Pinocchio's Daring Journey was new to Disneyland, but not new to Disney theme parks. The original version had opened a month earlier at Tokyo Disneyland. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Outside the Pinocchio structure presents a captivating Tyrolean exterior complete with cobblestone walkways, a steeply sloping alpine roof, and a half-timbered facade with a puppet show above the doorway. Inside, guests ride in old-fashioned vehicles through a richly colored, themed 3-minute adventure that retells the familiar tale of the Wooden Boy, Geppetto, and Jiminy Cricket, and the Blue Fairy. Okay, while not a major breakthrough, Pinocchio's Daring Journey is a pleasant trip worthy of the classic film. Yeah, so that's how that was. That's a little bit of the history. Started in 1983, and here we are in 2024. I would say of the Fantasyland attractions, that one probably gets the least play out of any of them.
I would agree.
I mean, Mad Hatter's Tea Party is probably infinitely more popular than that. Alice definitely is.
Well,
Storybook is. Peter Pan, of course, is.
Yep.
And Snow White's retheming of her whatever Enchanted Wish is now.
Yep.
What else is there? Oh, Casey Jr. and Dumbo definitely get more. It's a Small World definitely gets more. Matterhorn, of course, gets more.
Yeah, it gets more.
So what else? Am I missing an attraction in Fantasyland? Oh, King Arthur's Carousel probably gets more. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this attraction, and where do you see it in like 5-10 years?
Well, of course, I like it. It's a classic, in my opinion, to me. I would like to see them do something kind of like what they did with Snow White's Enchanted Wish.
Ooh.
I feel like it just kind of revamped it a bit. I mean, something like that I would enjoy. I don't think I'd want to see it go anywhere.
No.
That would kind of be my feedback on it of just kind of revamping it. What about you guys?
Well, the reason why I think Pinocchio doesn't really get that much play is because it hasn't really been super supported throughout the park or even into IP. I mean, they did a Pinocchio movie, right? Or did they? Yeah, they did. Right?
Yeah, they did with Tom Hanks.
Right, and I haven't even
They
watched
did?
Yeah, I haven't even watched it.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those that was it was kind of like during pandemic times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it just went to DVD. I did watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
How was it?
I don't remember being that thrilled about it. I do really like Tom Hanks, though.
Yeah.
It was just like the animated for the most
Right.
part. That at least what I recall, but I don't think it really got a lot of attention.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons why. I think the other reason why is Peter Pan. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit earlier. It has had many different versions from not only Disney, but that has gotten. I mean, how many different versions of Pinocchio are out there in general? Not many. I mean, even outside of Disney, specifically. Snow White again has been played in different ways. King Arthur a bunch of different ways.
Oh yeah.
So Dumbo has gotten more play. They got a recent movie, and Dumbo's always been promoted in the park at some level. What else was King Arthur? Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Casey Jr.
Casey Jr. Well, Casey Jr. is a train, and that one right there is kind of the anomaly, I think, in that one, in that whole thing, because it serves the backdrop. It kind of anchors that land, so it's kind of one of those things where, I mean, I don't go on it, but I see why it gets play. It's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more whimsical, little train, the whole thing. And then even going to my favorite, Small World. I love me some Small World. That one, the message, the World's Fair, all the history and the roots behind it gets more play. Plus the air conditioning factor. So now going back to Pinocchio, the reason why is when you look at the story of Pinocchio, it's a little bit dark. So Mr. Toads is the only one that's going to come close to the darkness, I guess. Of it, right? The story arc of Pinocchio is kind of crazy when you think about it. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a wooden boy and he's a liar. And then he gets in trouble for lying. Like, I don't know. I mean, overall, it's a great story. Like I said, if you ever really want me to rattle off on the morality of it, blah, 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 and how it can play into the modern world, it's crazy, but it's true. But that's why it doesn't get play, I think. Now, that being said, I like the idea of them upgrading it, like adding new tech, adding new parts to it. So because that's a thing too. It is one of the few that's remaining in that whole dark ride vein that hasn't really been changed that much. I think Peter Pan has been done a little bit here and there.
Oh, it has for sure.
Obviously Snow White. But
and Alice,
yeah.
So if they went through, to me, Mr. Toad, if they're going to keep him around, which they should, even though I said often I don't go on it, and if it really went away, I wouldn't be hurt that bad. But if they're going to keep it, they need to put new tech into it. Yeah. So definitely put something in. And Pinocchio, think about how Pinocchio operates, and there are many things you could go in there and probably make it a little bit more exciting. So, yeah.
They could definitely update the tech in there. Bring some new technology into that attraction. Yeah. The whole Fantasyland looks like it's Pinocchio's village.
Yeah.
I mean,
it does.
So it arguably should be there forever. Yeah. So I don't really see it going. I don't really see it getting enhanced. Same thing with Fantasyland. I think Fantasyland, and that maybe that's one other topic, is in 10 years, how is that land going to look, and how is Disneyland Forward going to maybe take away some of the stuff that might have been there is going to get pushed over to Disneyland Forward.
Well, that could be a whole other topic all in itself.
Because Frozen probably has to come to Disneyland.
And as much as it is the F word, to me, it does. I mean, it's one of those things that it has, at this point now, gotten to a level of success and notoriety within the company and amongst the fans that it deserves a place.
Yes.
Well, like we said, it's been around 10 years. I feel as though kids love it. I think that it has kind of built itself as a classic into both of both the, Queen Elsa being a queen, Anna being a princess. And I do like the aspect of it, of the sister relationship. And to me, it kind of takes on some different characteristics than other movies, which I do like that aspect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and definitely Frozen. I mean, the other standout I'm going to throw out there is Moana, but that again, Moana I think has earned its place there too. But
I agree.
yeah, I mean,
in Fantasyland.
well, no, in the park in some aspect beyond like an attraction or an experience or something. I think Moana really has.
Okay.
If you, and the reason why I think that, what is the number one watched animated movie on
Disney Plus? Yeah, it was Moana, right?
Moana.
Okay.
So that to me tells you a lot.
Have you seen it, Mark?
No.
Oh, dude.
No, that's okay.
No, and it should come down no surprise. I have not seen it, but it's the one with the Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think it's really good. It was one that I really wasn't that thrilled to watch, by the time it came out. And then my nephews, they're 6 now, but they really liked it when they were about 1 year old, the music and everything. And so I sat down on a Sunday with them and watched it. And I mean, it just was such a good story to me.
Mm-hmm.
I actually cried watching it with some of the story. And I think that to me, she's another great one too, because there's just this different aspect of kind of a strong, independent female character.
Mm-hmm.
And I know now raising girls, I really appreciate that aspect.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's not a masculine female character either.
Yeah.
She still has feminine energy, and I really like that.
Yep. No, and this is where the argument always becomes where I always say that was kind of, to me, the end of what Pixar and Disney animation, that was the stopping point before it really began to go downhill, in my opinion.
And I know you don't do Encanto.
No, and I never will. I never will.
Yeah,
It is
I know
not.
you won't.
I mean, Coco. Nah, it stomps all over Encanto like a left right. Like I couldn't make it through. I tried 4 times to make it through Encanto and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of why we sort of dismissed the whole Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse before we knew what it really was.
Yeah.
When we were suggested, maybe it could be Encanto, and both Udi and I were like, no, that thing has not earned it yet.
No.
But
Go
ahead,
I
Becky.
agree. Well, I agree with that. I was like you, and I know I've told you this before, where I couldn't get through it. And then once I did, I really like it. But I do agree. I don't think it's earned its place yet. And we need to see where it is in 5-10 years before I want to see it being a main staple in the park.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't want to just put something because it's trendy right now. I want to make sure that the music lasts, that it becomes a classic.
Yeah, I want to go see Coco. I want to go watch. No, I mean,
No, I have seen Coco.
yeah, and Coco was great.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
It was wonderful.
I know, and this is where the peak storytelling is. I mean, even going into Frozen, it talks about relationships between family members, and it's always about family and putting and going through and returning the family. Even Moana, you need to watch Moana. It's really good.
Yeah, I will.
The way it's done.
Yeah, I do think you would
Yeah, and the character. I mean, Hey. Hey-Hey's my guy. You'll see Hey.
Is that the chicken
Yeah,
or the rooster, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey is amazing.
I know my husband was telling me something. This has been a while back, so I don't know all of the facts offhand. But that originally Hey was supposed to be like a big, strong rooster that was more of a spy to Moana's dad.
I think that's accurate. I think that's accurate. Yeah.
Which I found interesting, but we don't have to go too much into that.
No,
Okay.
but yeah, no. Hey winds up being infinitely better in the role he winds up coming. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and no, it's a great film.
Yeah.
So and this is why we always bring these up, because this is where we go back to where the good storytelling anchors it all. Going to, and again in the Pinocchio, look at that. It's good storytelling.
Okay, having never seen Moana, where would that even fit in the park?
It wouldn't in its current iteration. The only way it is right now is in a parade. So in the parade, it's fine. Maybe. I mean, and it's a huge maybe would be maybe over in Adventureland. But that's only, and I can't conceptualize where and how though. That's the problem. So that being said, it would have to roll back into another version, whether in Fantasyland or maybe Disney Forward.
Disney Forward.
Yeah, Disney Forward. The only other place I could have seen Moana is where Tiana's is now. And I'm not saying I would have wanted to remove Splash Mountain, but I think that they could have done something with that. But, I mean, that's not going to happen.
Honestly, now that you're saying that, Moana would have been a better retheme. If you think about it, remember how it goes down?
more.
Yeah, it fits more. You'll see why when
Okay.
when Maui and they go down in the whole. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you could do. That would have been a better one.
Well, maybe you could start something on change.org and start a new.
Oh yeah, because they're
retheme Tiana's already.
Oh yeah, retheme it already, like before it's even open and no one's ridden it yet.
Yeah. Well, I hope that let's see, Pinocchio will stay where it is, and I do hope that Fantasyland gets extended for stuff other than Frozen, because I think Frozen probably should belong in Disneyland Forward.
I'm still gonna hold hope for Beauty and the Beast out there. I think.
Where? In Fantasyland?
In Fantasyland. It belongs there. It really.
I mean, I'm a huge Beauty and the Beast fan.
Yep.
I love the presence it has at Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
I do.
For sure.
I got engaged at the restaurant there, and so it holds a lot of sentimental value. And like my wedding ring is in the shape of a rose.
Oh, awesome.
And whenever my husband proposed, he actually changed the words of "be our guest" to "be my wife," and kind of sang that to me in the restaurant.
Nice.
So nice. That's awesome.
It holds some value, but I do think that I would love to see that in the park.
When you were there, did you go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, or was that up and running?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cause you may or may not have heard, but I took my daughters there last summer, and we just. In fact, I went live the night we went there for a couple of days, but one of the nights I went live, I was showing Udi, I go, you are gonna love this thing. It is so. I think it's. I won't say practically perfect in every way, but it is so thematically great. And I mean, it's not. Let's just be real. It isn't the greatest roller coaster, but it's one notch, probably two notches above Gadget's Go Coaster, and a few notches below Big Thunder. But it's so fun and so well themed. And I go, we need this in our Fantasyland. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I love it. Well, just the theming of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And when you go in and see the Seven Dwarfs in there,
Yeah.
I love seeing the characters like that.
Yep.
Inside something, especially when they're classic characters.
Yep.
To me, that just enhances everything.
It totally does. Yeah, it totally does. So, I mean, in my blue sky, I would love to have that roller coaster in the area where Fantasyland Theater is, and I would love to see some sort of Beauty and the Beast attraction at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! If we had the one, what is it in Paris? Isn't it Paris that they have the Beauty and the Beast?
I
Is
think
it
so.
Paris?
Yes, I think it's one of those. It's probably Tokyo.
It's Tokyo.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's Tokyo.
But that I have watched that on YouTube, and it just blows my mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish we had that. I mean, I don't know if there's room for both of those, but the fact that we don't have like Beauty and the Beast representing the park, and really Mary Poppins represent. Well, we've got Jolly Holiday Bakery, but you're kidding me? Those two are not in our park. So we have some areas to work on, but I do think we're going to get Frozen in Disneyland Forward, and I think that's going to get announced this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I think I would be happy if Frozen looked like what it looks like in. Is that Tokyo that it's in?
Oh
What
yeah,
park did it just go in?
Yep.
If it looks like that, I mean, that is amazing.
Yes.
Well, I think if you're gonna do it justice, you need to put that in Disney Forward. I don't think you can jam
Yeah,
it
you
into a
can't
corner.
go back.
Yeah, I think you could. You could put like where the Fantasyland Theater and what that area right there.
Yeah.
You could put a Beauty and the Beast attraction there, and it would fit. And it like that's all you'd put there, but that would be enough.
We wouldn't get the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Well, I would take that. I would.
You would take Beauty and the Beast over Snow?
Yeah, dude, it's my favorite animated. That's my favorite animated one. You say Beauty and the Beast, I'm like, yes. Well, you don't know. I don't care. Yes.
Oh, no. How about Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and we get the Be Our Guest restaurant?
No, not the same thing.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I think it's an underrepresentation. It's already non-represented.
For sure.
But
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
In Magic Kingdom too, because they have the Be Our Guest restaurant,
Yep.
and then kind of in that area, if I'm recalling it right, they also have kind of a little, is it like Gaston's Treats? Or some little shop right in there too, where they have different Beauty and the Beast theme kind of sweets, cupcakes, the gray stuff, that sort of thing.
Sure. I think so.
I don't know.
I know. I guess I can't speak on it too much because it's been a few years, but the theming is really good right in there.
Look.
Well, Red Rose Tavern is amazing.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, there's your Beauty and the Beast theme right there.
Yeah, but again,
I do think we need more than just that.
yeah, it's a quick serve restaurant. It does not count.
No?
No, it does not count. I mean, the theming in there is amazing. And I remember when we went in there, I'm like, holy crap, I love all of it. But it's not enough. Like, give me a full-on attraction, man. A full-on dark ride, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get that in Disneyland Forward.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think so. If Disneyland Forward comes to fruition with the current leadership in as it's plugged in, they're gonna do. Well, I hope they don't go this route. But I feel like all they're gonna try to do is go like, what's bringing in the most money right now? Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's sad to think, but I honestly think at current time, it's what it is because Disney has done too many things to be.
Well, and what do
short-term
you
gain.
think? What do you think they would even put? What do you think they would
In Disney
say?
Forward?
Yeah, if they go that route of what makes the most money right now.
It'd be Frozen.
And Kanto.
And Kanto probably, and then maybe we would get Moana. Maybe over there.
Well, if we have our cues from Fantasy Springs, which is stunning. They have that new Peter Pan, and then there's the new Tangled stuff and Frozen.
Oh, the Tangled stuff I thought looked really good.
Yeah, we're going to cover that in our LTP lounge because we can run video and go over that stuff. And
Tangled.
and Becky, you're always welcome to join that too.
Yeah.
So whatever you have time for that. But I think though I was hearing I'm going to add to that for what you might get in Disneyland Forward is I'm hearing like Wakanda.
Yeah, stupid.
I don't know about Wakanda
No,
yet.
I don't. Okay.
Stupid.
It's no, and I say stupid, and only because of this, and because you have Black Panther, which I enjoyed Black Panther.
I thought it was great.
Oh, it was great.
I never saw it. Was there a part two?
Yes, and I didn't watch it because they didn't do that properly, and it fell off the map. It fell off the map because they didn't handle that properly.
Oh.
They tried to force it over to his sister, which is fine, but it didn't work right. They tried to make it they went away from Black Panther and they made it like Wakanda Forever, and I'm like that.
Forever.
We don't care about. I mean, we don't really care about Wakanda. I mean, we do, but we care about the character. Like, tell me about the character, and this is the problem. So, if they put a Wakanda in there, I'm like, okay, so what is that going to do for me? Why are we invested in Wakanda? We're not. We're invested in Black Panther, and so that's what you're hoping for. This is why Galaxy's Edge doesn't work the way it should be, because they want us to invest in the land. Like, no, we invest in the characters. Characters. So, yeah.
Yeah, Becky was right. Gaston's Tavern is right adjacent to Be Our Guest restaurant. And they have the great stuff, cupcake and cinnamon roll and a ham sandwich. Great. Cool. Great.
Which is random, but I do remember going in there, and I thought the theming was really good.
Yeah, I definitely remember walking by that, but I never went in there. Interesting. So if you're in the mood for a cinnamon roll, a cupcake, or a ham sandwich, Gaston's Tavern is your spot. That's
Weird.
the more you know.
I know. Doom, doom, doom. We need that.
I have to find that.
Yeah.
Do not feel any bit excited to hear about Wakanda. That, and well, I mean, it being in Disney Forward, and also I think I've heard some rumblings of like Avatar.
Well,
Oh, you've heard more than rumblings.
oh yeah, no, they're talking about bringing it. That's where you need to put it.
In Disney Forward.
Yeah.
There's not enough room for that.
I don't know what, I don't know how, in what iteration of an
Sure.
Avatar thing we're gonna
You're
get,
right.
because like many things lately, it's been like we're thinking about doing all this cool stuff. Okay, what do you really want to do? That's all you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it is really amazing over there. I think that it is. It blew my mind seeing all of that, but even that doesn't make me excited to see it here.
No.
No. Again,
At all.
And this is why I don't think This is my critique, and I'll just keep it right here. This is why Iger is just picking for things that made money. He's been touting over and over, earning call after earning call, Avatar 2, and I keep on saying the same thing.
She didn't create it.
You didn't create it. Disney didn't create it. You got distribution rights, and only because you overspent $70 billion, whatever you did for Fox.
Right.
So don't get me going on that, because I will go on that. But
No,
anyway,
not
so
today.
yeah, no. So Avatar, while I'm not opposed to it, I'm like you. I'm not like woohoo, like yeah, I can't wait. Like give me a Villain's Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, brother, I'm all over that. Like I'm amped to 11 because 11's more than 10. Yeah, and so
I do like seeing stuff different here versus what is over there in general.
Yep.
I mean, even though we're saying we want Beauty and the Beast represented here, I do like seeing some stuff that is different there versus here, and some stuff just works better. Like even the Avatar, it does seem to work in Animal Kingdom to me.
Oh, for sure it does.
Versus bringing it to Disneyland, and even I think Galaxy's Edge, I remember not feeling that excited for Galaxy's Edge either. I think it looks amazing, and ours to me is way better than even the one in Hollywood Studios.
Absolutely.
But even some of that stuff in Hollywood Studios also works. Like I'm thinking maybe Wakanda works even more there, just because you're adding kind of like movie making stuff. But I don't know that much about Wakanda. I'm not as into like superheroes or any of that kind of thing.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You got plenty of company with that right now, so
Yeah.
you're fine. Yeah, because Mark is like superhero. What? Yeah, Mark is not a superhero guy anyway.
No. I know enough about. I know enough about to have a conversation for sure.
Like if we're talking superheroes, I like The Incredibles.
That doesn't count.
Those guys are
Those are my
represented.
superheroes.
But they are represented.
I do like Spider-Man. I have liked the Spider-Man movies, but I'm not, and I'm probably not the demographic that they're pulling from.
No,
for
you're not.
superheroes
No, you're
either,
not.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would. She makes up a good point. I was trying to think about that. Wakanda would be great, actually, like an Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
I know they want to
Yeah.
like redo the Dino Land and
Yeah.
which
That'd be great over
which
there.
is they want to make that more Indiana Jones or whatever, which they should because it's the same flipping ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Wakanda over there, and man, they've got the flipping room to do whatever they want. So I think I would, if they want to do that, put it there and keep it on the East Coast, but
Yeah.
don't bring it out here.
Well, no, and this is one of the critiques is like the homogenization between two parks is not okay, and that's why when you talk about a lot of the international parks, I still think a lot of people don't know that they're not owned. Not all of them are owned by Disney,
Right,
Oriental Land Company, and you got to recognize that they're.
You got to
recognize that they're carrying the torch better right now than the parks domestically.
Right.
And the investment by Disney and the allowance of Disney's not really paying that much for them either, because they're the licensing room. But without going on a tangent. But anyway, so no, this is the problem with the current thing. Is like Wakanda won't work here. There's not enough draw for that. No one's going to be like, woo, Wakanda. I mean, there will be their people that will be, but I don't. Again, You have to get away from these. In their, it's weird, and I know this is going to sound weird as I'm thinking about it. I'm like, in their race to homogenize both parks, then on the flip side, then they try to do things that are way too small and way too specific for a way too tiny demographic at the same time. And I kind of sit there and go like, what? Why? So
yeah, why
it's
are
crazy.
you just trying to please this small group of people?
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's a topic for a whole nother day.
A whole another day. Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
the paid version of the show. I guess people want to get that.
Yeah,
No, we don't have that. But
no, we don't.
So yeah, I'd be down with Wakanda East Coast
Yeah.
and West Coast. I'd be fine with us getting Frozen, and you said Coco out here.
Encanto they'll probably put out
Oh,
there.
yeah,
I
here.
think that there's a good chance they might.
Or, I mean, man, that Peter Pan stuff sure looks great. Like that Skull Rock Lagoon, and
man.
there's 2 attractions there. Holy cow! I would love to see that.
So many good things they could do.
I mean, Peter Pan is. I mean, that thing. I bet you right now it's more than 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And
I
that
wonder. I have the app. I'm gonna look.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh no, 100%.
And I mean, that thing just keeps generating people, and to see like an expanded version of that with would be super fantastic out there.
Well, no, and again, this is what we're talking about is that if they continue to, if they think about it, it's 35. I got it.
Oh, 35. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're
my
close.
was
No, you're
low.
close. Yeah, I got it. But if they really think about it, they will return back a little bit and not try to look for the short-term reward.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do it. So anything like that, they need to go back to the basics and find the story. So yeah, like Frozen over there. Okay, cool. Some kind of Moana thing. Great. Skull Rock. I mean, all these things. These are all back to classic storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what will keep people going over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Pinocchio is one of those.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I feel like very anxious now to hear more about Disney Forward and when they actually make some of the big announcements.
I'm nervous about it too.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to be disappointed, which is what come to find. We have all these dreams of what we want to dream. We have all these ideas of what we want things to happen. But, I don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. We just can only hope for what we think is going to be the best.
I mean, when it comes to the parks domestically, it's going to be one of those things, sadly, right now where we're kind of like, oh, I hope it turns out okay.
Well, I think we're going to get Frozen. I mean, I think that. But what else?
And I 100% agree. I don't think there's any way we don't get Frozen over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I think so. I guess at this point, I kind of hope that as part of it, because I would much rather see that than see some of the newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I concur.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather go anything before 2016 and back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2015 and back. I'll have to look at that timeline a little bit, but that's about where I'm sitting as far as the timeline goes. And like, this is where you can kind of, like I said, when did Moana come out?
I know. I'm trying to think. So that would have been, I think, maybe 2016.
Oh, really? It's only like 6 years old. I mean, 8 years old. Huh.
Yep, 2016.
I think it's
2016. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so that's where I kind of go. Like, if Disney wants to make Disney Forward something, then they need to. I'm not saying don't do other things, but the main anchors have to be that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then it'll be extremely successful. But if you go for pie in the sky, flash in the pan IPs, which again, sadly, Bob Iger has had the knack of doing that. then we're going to run into problems. We will, and they won't be as successful as it could be.
Well, we're just talking about that extended on either side of Disneyland Hotel, right?
Yeah.
But remember, there's that Mickey and Friends lot up there. Was that Mickey and Friends or Toy
I think
Story?
Toy Story?
I think it's Toy Story
it's
now,
Toy
right?
Story,
Well,
yeah.
Oh yeah, Toy Story lot. I mean, that thing is
Yeah.
bigger than DCA.
Yeah,
By-
I know.
If they, and I don't even know how the logistics would be for parking, but if that was like a Villains Grove type of thing, holy cow, would that thing be great? Just to have that for like just the holiday season.
Oh yeah.
One of the things,
Oh my gosh.
one of the
That
things
gets me
that
excited.
Yeah.
again, going back to the villains of Disney, they are absolutely great villains out there that people
Yeah.
love because they're
They do.
because of their villainy. Their villainy. I mean, yeah, 100%.
Well, no, it is true. And I mean, I think that it's also shown in the dollar that people are spending.
Yeah.
Because when you think about even Oogie Boogie Bash now, I mean, people
Yeah.
are going to see some of these unique villains. Like there is Sid from Toy Story. I know seeing that, I want to see Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Just because that is unique. He is crazy, especially from the point of view of the toys. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
just to see that come alive.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I love seeing all the other villains. I think Halloween in general has skyrocketed to one of the busiest and best times to visit the park.
Yeah.
Of what people are feeling. I think that would do amazing.
Oh,
And then you
yeah.
move the party there during the
Man.
Halloween season. I mean, amazing.
Oh, it'd be gangbusters. It'd be crazy.
And it'd be a win-win for everyone if that people went to that, because then,
Oh, yeah.
like DCA wouldn't close early,
Yep.
and
And then the park
Right.
wouldn't. Yeah.
and people could just go. People go, you know what? I don't really like Halloween, so I'll just hang out at Disneyland
Yeah.
for. I mean, of course, I do like Halloween, but there's some
Yeah.
people just gonna go to the park and.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you think about that. I mean, you think about Ursula, Dr. Facilier. I mean, we can go.
Oh yeah.
The Beast, who turned out not to be, and the Gaston. Imagine Gaston rolling around. I mean, you think
Oh
about
my
all
gosh.
Yeah,
I mean,
anybody.
Gaston's already out there and about, but put him in a place like that.
Cruella Deville.
Cruella Deville, another great one. I mean, you can really start like analyzing everything. Going, man, there are plenty of good. I mean, the Evil Queen. I mean,
Yeah.
hello,
And
right
like,
there.
yeah, like Maleficent. Is that
Yeah,
the same-
Maleficent.
That's someone different.
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
No, same one.
Oh, okay.
So all those, you think about these villains, I think it'd be really cool. And honestly, I think it would appeal to those kind of kids out here who are kind of like the outsiders that feel like they're outsiders.
Yeah.
Like, no, I got my own spot over here.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, you're right. You're right. Much like.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Becky.
Well, no. Finish what you're gonna say.
Much like the people that kind of cling to that Mad Hatter's Tea Party at DCA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had their own little clique of people that would show up for those events, and
Yep.
that's where they felt like they belonged.
Yep.
So this could be perfect for that, and you're right.
Yep.
I totally agree. And it's even like going back to the people who are really big into like the Tim Burton following.
Yeah.
And kind of that. I don't want to say like those people because I love that stuff.
Yeah, I love it too.
But just kind of like you said, you may feel like the outsider. You may feel a little bit different. You kind of have that kind of different creative brain, so to speak. I just think that would just be like amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We shall see.
And I mean, we'll see. I guess maybe when I see how Tiana's is, that will give me some. Maybe it'll either make me really excited or really nervous. I don't know yet.
We'll find out.
We will find out.
I won't tell you where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a POV overview probably on the LTP Lounge for the Disney World version.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
That'd
will
be
not
great.
We will not be doing that for our version.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to be surprised with
Yep.
us, but or disappointed.
Either way.
No, I don't know. Like I said before, I am trying hard to have an open mind, and I'm really
Yeah.
it will be a struggle for me. But Oh, I'll get through it.
Yeah. You will survive.
Yeah, and we may see it and may think, why did we ever worry about anything?
Yeah.
Maybe,
For sure. Yep.
Maybe we will have that mindset too.
Yep. I'm hoping that's the case for me.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I think we had a good discussion about that, and that actually went to a longer spot that I was. I'm glad we went there because we didn't really have a main topic for this afternoon, but I just wanted to have a natural conversation with Becky about, what she thought about Disneyland Forward and Fantasyland, and kind of spearheaded with Pinocchio. I wasn't even planning that, but it was a nice segue, and I thought that was a good discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good. That's what this is all about, man. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to wrap up episode number 192. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to support the show, that you can do that on Patreon on our leavingtodaypodcast.com. We have a link there. Also on our Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast, you can go ahead and go to our link tree there. We have links for T-shirts and links for Patreon. And then also, if you would be so kind as to go to Leaving Today Podcast on YouTube, and all of our videos, all of our episodes 1 through 191 are up there right now. And we are getting some new listeners on there because I'm seeing where I can track the metrics on that now. And we have a couple new subscribers. So thank you so much for that. And welcome to the family.
Yep. Audio's on YouTube.
Audio's on YouTube. Oh, and also the LTP Lounge.
Yes.
Which we'll be doing. We have some scheduling issues coming up, but we will get there. It's not abandoned whatsoever. We got to figure some things out.
And then for everybody who may not know yet, may have not caught up in what we're doing with the LTP Lounge, LTP Lounge is going to be a bi-weekly YouTube show that we're pulling live, where we want people to interact with us live. And basically, we're going to do a daily topical. It's a little bit different format from what we do here. In the fact that we do it more up to date, like topical, like if there's a big story that breaks, we will cover that and talk about that in that moment, and then just kind of go from there. And that's on our YouTube page. Yeah, and I honestly 100% mean this, is that if you're a listener and you've listened for whatever amount of time, and I really want to talk to you guys, or I want to whatever, you might want to disagree. I want to talk to you, Udi. They probably want to challenge Udi is what they want to do. Why?
Oh, yeah, I wonder why. I honestly 100% encourage you to reach out to us, and we'll put you on the show, and we'll absolutely love to talk to you about the park or whatever
100%.
issue. Yeah. That's how we are as a show. We want to encourage engagement. We want to encourage discussion. At the end of the day, I think we're all part of the same family.
Yep.
But you might have a different viewpoint and that's great, because we might learn something. I go, I never thought about, but. Like I said, I never thought about it that way. Thanks for bringing that up. But the first three shows we've had, we're gonna get better with our format. Yeah, and we have some new stuff coming up with that. We have a new intro music thing. Yeah, that Jason's worked on.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that.
You have not, but it's coming out. Anyways, LTP Lounge on Leaving Today Podcast on YouTube. Yes, and so I'll put that on Linktree as well. That's not on there yet. Becky, where can people find you? If you want to be found, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I want to be found.
Oh.
Please feel free to find me. I love talking to people. You can find me at Becky BECKY _Weimer, which is WEIM as in Mary ER. And I do want to actually give one shout out. Is last episode Dan was on, and he gave a hotel tip, and I really enjoyed that because I've seen that hotel come up, and I think I might try staying there on an upcoming trip. So thank you, Dan.
You're speaking of the Eden Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's nice. I like getting feedback on hotels before I stay somewhere.
Yep.
I just do.
Okay.
And so
it
was nice. Well, and it was budget friendly. I feel like he had some good stuff to say about walking, and so I appreciated that tip.
And maybe we can cover more hotels in the future if you know some of whatever.
Yeah. That
would be great.
Yep.
Again, if you want to find out information about the show, info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. You can send us an email or reach out to us on Instagram.
Yep.
Udi, where can people find you?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show.
Okay.
And then you can find me on Twixter and Instagram, which are both the same handle, HAXGOALIE, and I answer all my DMs.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, LTP listeners, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate we do appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Leave us a review on whatever format you listen to. That would be wonderful. So until then, we love you. Adventures out there, and we will see you in the parks. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
I like it.